Did you know that a federal judge in Los Angeles recently blocked ICE agents from detaining people based solely on their appearance? This ruling isn't just about immigration enforcement, it's about fundamental constitutional rights that protect everyone on American soil, regardless of immigration status. Hi, I am attorney Jae Francis. I am a U.S. immigration lawyer based in Chicago and Wisconsin, but I serve all 50 states. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most misunderstood aspects of American law, whether undocumented immigrants have access to due process, the constitutional foundation. Why? Persons matter more than citizens. When the founders wrote the Constitution, they made a deliberate choice that shapes our legal system today. The Fifth Amendment states that no person shall be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. Notice that word, person, not citizen. This isn't an accident or oversight. The 14th Amendment reinforces this principle, guaranteeing equal protection of the laws to all persons within U.S. jurisdiction. The Supreme Court has consistently upheld this interpretation for decades. As Georgetown University law professor Steve Fladek explains, the court has been clear that constitutional protections extend to individuals who are undocumented. This means that whether you're a citizen, a green card holder, or someone without legal status, the Constitution recognizes your personhood and protects your fundamental rights. What due process actually means in immigration context? Due process isn't just legal jargon, it's a concrete set of protections that ensure fair treatment under the law. At its core, due process requires three essential elements: notice of charges against you, an opportunity to be heard, and an impartial tribunal to decide your case. These aren't luxuries or privileges. They're fundamental requirements for any legal proceeding in a democracy. For undocumented immigrants, due process means the government cannot simply detain or deport someone without following proper procedures. It means having the chance to present your case, challenge evidence against you, and have your circumstances considered by an impartial judge. This protection exists because, as legal experts emphasize, everyone deserves a fighting chance to defend their rights. The Los Angeles case, due process in action. The federal court ruling in Los Angeles provides a powerful, real-world example of due process protections at work. Judge Maame Ewusi, Mensah Frimpong issued temporary restraining orders against ICE after 5 plaintiffs sued over what they called detention and deportation dragnet operations. The plaintiffs were people stopped while waiting at bus stops in construction clothes, working at car washes, or performing car maintenance. They argued they were targeted based solely on their appearance. In this case, the judge ruled that these roving patrols, without reasonable suspicion, violated the Fourth Amendment's protection against unreasonable searches and seizures. She also found that denying detainees access to lawyers violated their Fifth Amendment due process rights. This ruling doesn't prevent immigration enforcement. It requires that enforcement follow constitutional standards. Beyond deportation, other constitutional rights at stake due process intersects with other fundamental rights that apply to all persons in the United States. For one, the Fourth Amendment protects against unreasonable searches and seizures, though a border search exception exists within 100 miles of U.S. borders. Meanwhile, the right to family unity, recognized by the Supreme Court as fundamental, protects families from arbitrary separation. The landmark case Plyler v. T. Doe established that undocumented children have the right to public education. Thus, these rights work together to form a web of constitutional protections. When due process is weakened, these other rights become vulnerable too. The recent invocation of the Alien Enemies Act and its historical use during Japanese internment during World War II demonstrates how quickly constitutional protections can erode without robust due process safeguards. What recent court rulings mean for immigration enforcement? The Los Angeles Federal Court ruling sends a clear message. Immigration enforcement must operate within constitutional boundaries. The ruling doesn't prevent ICE from enforcing immigration law. It requires that enforcement respect fundamental rights. ICE agents must have reasonable suspicion based on specific facts, not racial profiling or stereotypes. This decision reflects a broader legal principle that courts have consistently upheld. The Constitution applies to government actions, not to immigration status. When Department of Homeland Security spokeswoman Tricia McLaughlin responded that the judge was undermining the will of the American people, she missed the point. Constitutional rights aren't subject to popular vote. They're foundational protections that define our legal system. The path forward, protecting constitutional rights for all due process, isn't about being soft on immigration. It's about maintaining the legal standards that distinguish democracy from authoritarianism. It's about ensuring that in America, the government must prove its case before taking away someone's liberty. These principles protect all of us, citizen and non-citizen alike. If this video helped you understand the importance of due process rights in America, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content on constitutional law and civil rights. Share this video with someone who needs to understand these crucial protections. Remember, whether you're interested in immigration law, constitutional rights, or protecting democracy, staying informed is your first line of defense. What questions do you have about constitutional rights and immigration? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll address them in future videos. Thanks for watching. Peace be with you.